Share so that we start the show. So today we're gonna talk about all these issues, so that let's see how it goes. So share. Okay. Make sure we share it as far as you can share. Let's talk about this. Very, very important today. Make sure you share it to your forums, share it to your WhatsApp groups, share it to all the other forums before we start, okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So today we gonna be talking about this historical betrayal. Okay. Where we have seen the announcement of Biya's anniversary. Okay. Today is the 4th, and you know what happened on the 4th. Okay. This is exactly 42 years when Ahidjo handed power to Biya. Okay, and from that time till date, we have seen how Cameroon has been turned to something else. Okay, after Ahidjo earnestly handed power to Paul Biya, and Paul Biya turned it into a dictatorial system where one-party system until in 1992. That was when the SDF tried to came back. You know, the SDF tried to come, but it was difficult because so many people died before the SDF could even be inaugurated. And from there you saw how things started going so bad for the whole of Cameroon and Ambazonia, Southern Cameroon. Okay. If you look at Ahidjo and Paul Biya today, you better choose Ahidjo, because Ahidjo was thinking much about developing the country of Cameroon and also giving way for Southern Cameroonians to display their own way of thinking. Okay, Ahidjo did not really mean bad for Southern Cameroonians. He was looking at the diversity side of things, giving opportunities for Foncha and Endele. Okay, but the mistake that we are still blaming Ahidjo today, the mistake that Ahidjo made was the fact that he handed power to Paul Biya, which is constitutionally wrong. Okay, because if you look at it, if you ask yourself, why did Ahidjo first of all annul or hold the referendum in the first place? And the referendum, the vote was not even only for the Southern Cameroonians. How do you think we can win a referendum that the whole of Cameroon is voting? Is that when you're holding a referendum on our behalf, but you allow the whole of Cameroon to vote? Then they come and we put in the yes and we vote on the ballots when our people don't know French. That is the manipulation that we still blame Ahidjo since 1972. 10 years later, he handed power to Paul Biya. Today, the vote marks 72 years since that happened. And what has happened today? Biya, how many people can question his leadership today? Everybody, all the Cameroonians want him to just go. They are tired of him. After 92 years, nothing to show for. The people of Cameroon say, enough is enough. Go and go and go. We don't want you. The people of Ambazonia are saying the same thing. We are tired of you. You declare war on us. We are trying to gain back what belonged to us. You know the history. You know Foncha. You know Endele. But you crush them, dismantle all our industries, dismantle all our companies. Today, Southern Cameroon is one of the poorest parts of the country because Biya intentionally destroyed our company, destroyed our resources, made us become second-class citizens. Whereas, when Ahidjo was there, Ahidjo made use of Sonara. Ahidjo made good use of palm oil and all those industries that were there. But Biya, when Biya came, Biya privatized everything. It means that's why even in Sonara, the director general, the assistant director general has never been Ambazonia or Southern Cameroonian. In every aspect, you see that this is what Biya wanted to because Biya made it clear in the show with Ibrahim in Paris, France, that they wanted to assimilate us, but it did not work. So it was a gradual process of assimilation. Okay. Biya and Ahidjo had a different mentality, and you can see that from what Ahidjo, don't take me wrong, Ahidjo was a dictator, but his dictatorship was looking at the future of the country. That's why he did not look at a Nordist to hand over power. He did not look at a Nordist to give positions. Okay, but if you look at the Biya's regime today, it's a hallmark of a real ethnic discrimination. Because you look at the positions, look at everything, every aspect of the. Okay, let me play this and you listen to some statistics, because if I'm saying maybe you don't understand what I'm talking about, there is a statistics of discrimination within the Biya regime. And that is what we are talking about. because what we know is really, really sad. It's sad because the people of Southern Cameroon have seen everything, and they are just tired. Yeah.
Its French abbreviation as DAG or DAG. There are less than 5 Anglophone DAGs in 38 ministries. There are equally less than 5 Anglophone secretaries general in 38 ministries. In the administration, Anglophones are almost completely absent. There are only 8 Anglophone senior divisional officers out of 58. There are equally less than 40 Anglophones who are divisional officers in Cameroon, in spite of the fact that Cameroon counts up to 360 DOs. The military is another black area for Anglophones. French is the de facto official language in the military. The police force witnesses a similar level of Anglophone marginalization, according to some analyses. Anglophones have been indeed in all of these for a very long time, but when we look at what is actually happened, many of you have an impression that all is not going well at all, because when you look at the military, like I said, it's another black area for Anglophones, and French is the de facto official language in that corps. The police force witnesses a similar level of Anglophone marginalization, and Anglophones have been, conditioned not to dream of heading the national security and defense ministries. At the police training college in Mutengene, more than 70% of the students are Francophones, even though the school is found on Anglophone soil. The presidency is almost exclusively Francophone territory. Anglophone officials there are not only few, but have been programmed to play only second fiddle. Of the more than 36 heads of diplomatic missions, only 6 are Anglophones. In the most important English-speaking countries like the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada, there is no Anglophone heading the diplomatic missions. Anglophones, despite the sweeping victories of the ruling party in the 2020 municipal, parliamentary, and the 2018 senatorial elections in the Northwest and Southwest regions, continue to be marginalized by the ruling party, according to some of them. Despite the fact that the ruling party was put to birth in the Anglophone town of Bamenda, no Anglophone for the over 37-year existence of the CPDM has ever been Secretary General of the ruling party or even elected to the second fiddle position of CPDM Assistant Secretary General. So the statistics are indeed so many, and if you go, for instance, in the National Oil Refinery Corporation, known by its French acronym SONARA, that is based in Limbe, more than 90% of senior staff and the overwhelming majority of junior staff are Francophones. Although SONARA is on Anglophone soil, the official language there is French. Since its inception in 1979, no Anglophone has occupied the position of general manager or even deputy general manager. Even though crude oil is refined in Sonara in Limbe, the long-awaited Limbe Deep Sea Port project has remained only on papers for decades. On the contrary, government has spent billions to construct a pipeline linking Limbe to the Douala ports from where fuel is exported. The Limbe Deep Sea Port, or Natural Deep Sea Port, which has an opening to the Atlantic Ocean, has been neglected in favor of the Douala River Port, which requires dredging every year, and yet heavy vessels cannot anchor in it.
This is just a tidbit of how Biya has gradually assimilated the people of Southern Cameroon. And when you look at the statistics, it's just there, You cannot live in a country where you had your own country. You come and join another country where there was a system of power sharing. It was not that we have this, but we cannot have our own freedom to lead ourselves, to run our companies. Everything has been crumbled. Imagine you come with your own, for example, you want to run a company. You and your brother or your sister or your family or somebody, partnership. You say, okay, let's run this company. You bring this percentage, this person bring this percentage. And the company is bankrupt. That's how Southern Cameroon is now. All the companies have been privatization, or sold out, or gone bankrupt. That is how it is. And now they want us to comfortably sit there and watch them running the country, running Ambazonia for us. That is how they want us to be watching them. That is how bad it is. But look at the map behind me. Biya was presented, that's the United Nations delegation came. They handed Biya these two maps. They said, this is Ambazonia, this is Southern Cameroon, this is La Republic of Cameroon. In two countries came together. Then one country want to take the other one hostage. They are and when you look at what this guy just presented, right? The SDOs, there are 58 SDOs in the whole of Cameroon and Ambazonia combined. How many are Ambazonians or Southern Cameroonians? 8. You see the numbers, right? 360 something DOs. How many are Southern Cameroonians? 40. That's just the approximate. It's not up to 40. You go to the military. French is a language of. And don't forget, even the CFA does not have even English language there. But we are in a country that says bilingual. Then they'll go and appoint that Southern Cameroonian guy. I think Peter Mafani Musonge, who is running the bilingual income commission. The things that they have to talk about, they don't talk about. They just appoint committees, men to run committees that they don't even know what they're running. Figureheads. They have no say. That's what I say. If you are a member of that government, you are running your mouth up and down, running your mouth. The prime minister, who is the head of government, cannot even talk. Then who are you? Who are you to be running your mouth? If the prime minister is there, the prime minister cannot talk. There is a head of government, but he doesn't have the power to even appoint. That is why I'm talking about that. Ambazonians, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. The life that we are living today was not the life that we're supposed to live. We have experimented both Nigeria and La Republic. Enough is enough. It's high time we live by ourselves. We don't want these DOs and SDOs and all these appointed governors, appointed senators, everything is appointed there. And they are bringing people from people where you don't even know to come and be your governor, to come and be your SDOs, to come and be your senior divisional officers. They are there. They are doing land grabbing. They are grabbing people's land. They are doing a whole bunch of stuff. But that is the kind of government that you have now. And they want you to believe that, things will be fine. He mentioned Mutengene. Mutengene is where we have the police school. That was the Southern Cameroonian Police School. We were training our police there in Mutengene. But if you go to that Mutengene Police School now, if there is 100 students, you only meet like 10 Southern Cameroonian there. We cannot train our own police again. We used to have the mobile police there. I'm bringing this because we don't know the consequences of losing a battle or losing the war to La Republic. Our people have suffered. It's high time we start taking this 8-year crisis, 8-year war serious. We hear that they are coming to do the anniversary of what Biya's anniversary, celebrating someone's, I don't know what, you are coming to celebrate someone's achievement. That's what they are celebrating. I don't know what he has achieved that they are coming to celebrate. The celebration of Biya's ascension to power. He came to power. What did he do? Just imagine someone who even openly declared that for the past years they have been trying to assimilate these people of Southern Cameroon. It means that assimilation is a very term that you have to look at it. The French people, when they went to all their French colonial countries, they wanted to assimilate. The policy of assimilation, if you look at the policy, it's not just to conquer people. It's a very bad policy, the policy of assimilation. Very, very bad. That policy is just there to do everything to subdue a people, to make those people think, behave like French people, think like French people, corrupt like French people, do anything that is bad like French people. So the policy is not just a policy of assimilation, as you see. In French, assimilation, it means that mix you up. So it's not just a policy of let's stay together, one and indivisible. No, that means that they will dilute your culture, dilute your language, dilute your everything, and make it French. You make it think like Frenchman, make you be corrupt like Frenchman. That is the policy of assimilation. And when we were with Nigeria, we didn't have any problem of identity issue because we easily related with them. But because of the kindness of our people, Nigeria took advantage of us. Our parents suffered a lot of setback for the past 40 years with the Nigerian people. That's why our people said no, enough is enough of that union. We're gonna stay on our own. Then when 1961 came, they say, "Oh, you have to have your election, your independence, but you have to choose between Nigeria and La Republic." That is the problem. That is the root cause. So you have Biya today, who has no idea of what is even going on. He declared a war. Okay, this is 42 years of his leadership. November 4th, 1982. This same day, it marked a turning point in Cameroon's political history, with that unexpected resignation of President Ahidjo. That is what people should do, resigning, so that your country should not be in chaos. Ahidjo put his country first by resigning over his ill health. You cannot be somebody who is sick. Your health condition is not good. But imagine. Yet his successor, Biya, despite persistent trips abroad for medical care and with advanced age, has refused to put Cameroon first. Look at the age when Ahidjo resigned and look at Biya's age today. Imagine, just see the age difference. Then you know what dark history when Ahidjo handed power to this man. It was the darkest history of the people of Southern Cameroon, because we were being handed to him, and just look at the action of Ahidjo and look at the action of Biya today. Ahidjo is the best demonstration of patriotism, because he say, I'm old, I'm sick, let me hand over power to somebody, other person. He did not hand it to a Nordist, like what these people are trying to do now. You still want to hand it to Frank Biya. You want to hand it to Ngongo. You want to hand it to Oswa Baboke or these other people. Tribalism, nepotism, dictatorship. These are all things that Biya is carrying with him as a legacy. I'm telling you. But other people still think that Ahidjo was simply deceived to give up that power by the French, because the French, that's what they are doing now. They will not hand power to someone who will come and be opposed to French interests in La République du Cameroon. They will not hand over power to that kind of person, because they want to get that power to control, like the French companies. Imagine the French companies are the one controlling the seaport. For how many years today, the people of Ambazonia, with the deep sea port in Limbe, they will only come and announce, oh, there is they have started constructing the Limbe seaport. Oh, then the chiefs and the Fons will be celebrating, the Southwest chief or the Ambazonian chiefs, and for how many years? We have Atlantic Ocean in Limbe, in Victoria, deep sea port that will flourish the trade between Nigeria and Ambazonia, of course, but they don't want that, because they know that will be an easy path for us to focus on trading with Nigeria. We will not even go to Douala, because back in the days when we were being run by British, we were fine. Our goods were very cheap. We were going to Nigeria buying goods very cheap. But today, because we have to buy from other countries, you have to buy from this country, you have to buy, they don't want us to trade with Nigeria again. Cocoa, for example, I remember back then, one bag of cocoa was very expensive. It was cheap, but expensive when they are selling it to the foreign market. But see how many people started selling their cocoa in Nigeria. They saw like triple the price that they sell with these people who come from Douala. Think of it. See how the economy. That's why some people, the mentality of people of some Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonia, is that, oh, when we leave, these people will not have. We can block the border. It doesn't matter. We have Nigeria just close to us. People will just drive to Nigeria and buy and come back. How were we living when we were not with them? We were with Nigeria for 40 years. So why do you think, oh, if they block the border, how do we gonna? But is the mindset just cross to a cock by Manfe is driving? You have to go to you can go to boat with through Limbe, but go there. You go to Calabar, you go to Ikom, you go to this Nigerian state, you see market. Onitsha, go to Onitsha market. It's one of the biggest market in the whole of Africa. What are you talking about? Because we have been used to this Douala thing. Oh, want to go and buy in Douala. Want to go and buy in Douala. What does Douala have? Goods are expensive in Douala. The goods you are buying in Douala, if you go to Nigeria, just cross to Manfe, Ekok, you have very, very cheap goods. So let nobody fool you, okay? When the time comes, we will take an action. Ambazonian leaders will come together and take action, because it's only action. All the talk. Time for talking is past. We'll take action and secure our border and do something for our country. Our border is recognized, okay? It's not a border that somebody will come and create. We don't create any border. Look at the map. That's a map. Let me play this. You see the map that they were handing to Biya, okay? Delegation came and was handing this thing to Biya. Take a listen.
The president of the 64th session of the United Nations General Assembly, Ali Treki, is also received by the head of state. The warmth of the relations reveals the friendly ties between both personalities. The last time they met was in September 2009. Today, they are meeting again. President Biya has been handed two Cameroonian maps with clearly defined and traced boundaries of Cameroon. The personalities received by President Biya today have one thing in common. They were active participants at the 50th anniversary celebrations of the independence and reunification of Cameroon. Jean-Victor Nkolo, the spokesperson of the President of the 64th General Assembly of the United Nations Organization, has also been received by the head of state. Yesterday, his boss was received by the President of the Republic, during which audience President Ali Treki presented to President Biya two unique maps of Cameroon dating from 1949, preserved in the cartographic archives of the United Nations in New York. Jean-Vincent Kolo is a Cameroonian, and he came to pay attention.
Now, Anglophone pressure groups are of the opinion that this was deliberately done to stifle development in Limbe, in the Anglophone part.
That's the delegation. It came from the United Nations, showing Biya the map of Ambazonia and the map of Cameroon. So when people are saying things they don't understand, okay, that is an example of the map that they handed to Biya. So let nobody fool you. Let nobody tell you any story. Okay, those map is an example.
The country, as Limbe will have become the economic capital of Cameroon. Anglophones working with the state broadcaster Cameroon Radio Television, the CRTV, be they at the central services or regional levels, are treated as second-class citizens. The domination of Francophones at CRTV is appalling, according to some of them. Out of the 10 chiefs of stations and 4 heads of FM stations, only 4 are Anglophones. At the central service, there are only 2 Anglophone directors out of more than 10 directors. If an Anglophone is director, the general manager will rely more on the deputy, who is a Francophone. There has never been an Anglophone general manager of CRTV since its creation. At the Bank of Central African States, the central bank of countries in CEMAC, there is no single senior Anglophone official. That is probably the reason there is no single word in English in all denominations of CFE nodes. No Anglophone has ever been president of Cameroon Football Governing Body FECAFOOT since independence. Now, we look at the disappearance of some giant companies in Anglophone Cameroon. Most of the giant companies in the former West Cameroon that stood the test of time and employed thousands of Anglophones have since independence been shut down. The only surviving Anglophone economic giant, the Cameroon Development Corporation CDC, that was vibrant in 1993 when the first all Anglophone conference AAC1 held, has been split into bits and pieces and are being gradually sold out to cold-blooded capitalists. There was no Anglophone on the committee for the privatization that handled the sale of CDC tea estate. Other companies in Anglophone regions that have disappeared after the unitary state of 1972 include, among others, National Produce Marketing Board,
Oh, thank you for watching. This is the thing that they're calling that the leaders, the interim government, just made it clear that the celebration of Paul Biya's ascension to power is forbidden anywhere in Ambazonia. Okay, so please, this is not something to celebrate. We have seen our people suffer for the past years. You have seen all what has gone. Okay, the fact that for 42 years we have been under this bondage. 42 years we have seen all kinds of torments. It's not time for you to go and celebrate. Okay, it's not time for you to go and celebrate. It's not time for you to join this barbaric regime to kill your people. And we have had enough. Okay, this is exactly 42 years since we saw this hand of power from Ahidjo to Biya, and now we'll see another one handed power from Biya to another person. Our people are not slaves. Our people are not dumb, and will not be that fool. Okay, yes. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless Ambazonia.